Keith, you are at Discovery Green now.
That's right, Lauren Brandon. I'm at Discovery Green across the street from GRB, and that is where the NRA convention is taking place. And that convention was scheduled well before that horrible tragedy in Uvalde. As a matter of fact, scheduled about 2 years ago in advance. But that shooting is what is reigniting this now, the debate, rather, I should say, over gun access. Let's give you a look from the scene from Sky 2. Right now, Sky 2 is live over Discovery Green here in downtown Houston. And right now you can see that the crowd has thinned out considerably. I was just down there at that crowd about 5 minutes ago. I was also in the middle of the crowd about 3 hours ago. About 3 hours ago, there were about 1,000. There were several thousand people. But again, as you can see from Sky 2, the crowd has thinned out quite a bit, but they are promising to be back at some point tomorrow. There have been protests here all day, though, and KPRC 2's Devin Clark, he is also out here at Discovery Green. And Devin, tell us what you're seeing where you are on the other side of the park.
Keith, I can tell you that today's events just wrapped up, so the protests that were taking place here at Discovery Green have kind of transformed into screaming at some of the NRA members as they leave the George R. Brown Convention Center. But make no mistake about it, today voices were heard on both sides of the spectrum. A second day of protests. The first began yesterday outside of City Hall. That's where Mayor Sylvester Turner, Police Chief Troy Finner, and Fire Chief Sam Peña laid out a safety plan as the NRA annual meeting kicked off. We know that outside of the George R. Brown Center across the street at Discovery Green, several groups are speaking out against the NRA. Those groups include Moms Demand Action in conjunction with Black Lives Matter, calling on lawmakers to create stricter gun laws. There are medical professionals slated to demonstrate in scrubs, referencing the impact that gun wounds have on the human body.
I think it is a moral shame that we have now instructed our 18-year-olds the best way to celebrate your birthday is to go out and purchase a AR-15. And oh, by the way, while you're purchasing that, go ahead and get you about 300 rounds of live ammunition.
On the other hand, small counter-protests are across the street. We've heard arguments from NRA members referencing school security and mental health being some of the underlying issues that contribute to school shootings. Some NRA members tell us that local leaders need to make it harder for people with bad intentions to enter schools.
Guns are not the issue. It's the people that are behind the gun that's the issue.
With an estimated 80,000 NRA members here this weekend and some 50,000 protesters, HPD says it's nearly fully staffed. It's also working with local, state, and federal agencies to make sure that all of this stays as safe as possible. They say that they want to respect everyone's right to protest, but they will not tolerate any rioting or any violence. And again, so far we have not seen any of that out here. However, they're asking for anyone who does witness that type of behavior to speak up. We're live outside of Discovery Green. Devin Clark, KPRC 2 News.